Hello everyone, so welcome to izero channel. So in this video we'll see DCA questions. So it is our first video and I have presented here a beautiful question that has been asked so many times in many companies, and this is right from here from DCA question. So this was asked in DCA 2, I think. So the question read, take an array as an input, calculate what is the highest sum possible for every 3 element in array. So basically it is giving you an array of element and you have to find out the maximum possible sum for by taking 3 element in an array. Okay, that is the sub array. You have to take sub array of 3 and you have to find it out what is the maximum value for this. Okay, so you have to print the output in the console, and you are given the input an array. Okay, so the question also says if the input elements are less than 4, that is the size, then print invalid input. Okay, so you have to print invalid input. So that part you could manage, I think. If the size of the elements are less than 4, the size of the element is less than 3. I think I have by mistake written is 4 here. Okay, so you should correct it to 3. Okay, so that's not an issue. So let's begin. So here's the example. 1 2 3 4 5 is given and the output will be 12. So you could easily find why the output is 12, because the sum of 3, 4 and 5 when we take, then it will be maximum, that is 12. Okay, so next again 1 2 3, you could see how it is calculating. So it is basically taking all the possible combinations of the inputs, so taking 3 at a time. So whatever the maximum will be, it will print. So again, for the same algorithm, the code run find for the next input, that is 52016. So it will also result 13. So it will also result a true answer. So this is all the input and output section. Now let's begin our coding part. So here is the coding part. So I have used here Java, so you could also use C++. That's not an issue, only the minor syntax will be changed, and you should not very much worry about it, because you could also convert it down to any programming language. That's not an issue. Okay, so I have taken scanner as to take the input. So I have created a scanner object sc. So I have taken first the input n. So I have taken input n by using sc.nextInt, and now by taking input n, I can create an array of size n. Why? Because I know the size of the array. Okay, so first of all I will take the input for that array. So I will run the loop till n and take the input using sc object. Now we'll take two variables, that is s, that is used for summing up all the 3 elements, and max, that is going to be our answer. Okay, so basically what we are doing, we are taking two variables here, that is max and sum, and initializing both to 0. Now we will use 3 for loops. So 3 for loops. First I, second j, and third one is k. So you can see here that I have initialized I, j and k as I equal to 0, j equal to I plus 1 and k equal to I plus 2. Why? Because we are comparing, we are taking input as not so that it will, if the I is at the first one, then j will be the second one and k will be the third one. So by considering all the cases and by considering the most important, that is index out of bound exception. So that we could use here the condition that when I is equal to 0, then we can use I less than n minus 2. Why? Because at that time when I will be the third from the last, it will not just get the index out of bound exception for k. Why? Because k will be 2 times more than I. Okay, so you could find it out here that k is I plus 2. Okay, so let's think that I is at the third last, then k will be in the last, and likewise j will be the second last. What if I just initialized I as giving the condition n? Then what would have happened? Then it will take j will take the value n plus 1 times. Okay, so it will take the index out of bound exception. So that's okay. So here we have initialized all the 3 loops, and inside the k loop we are basically doing the calculation. So here we are giving s as the sum for a of I, a of j, and a of k, and then we will take the maximum among between s and max. So it will take the maximum, and lastly we will print it. So this is all the question and the solution. So it's now